Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 6th of February. PM Modi inaugurates India Energy Week, invites foreign investment. Kashmir Solidarity Day marked as Fraud Day in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. And Kila RSP denied Home Ministry, quits Nepal PM Dahal's government. And now for all the details. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday invited foreign investment in the country's energy sector as he inaugurated the India Energy Week 2023 in Bengaluru city. He said that India expects to boost its local output while continuing to cut emissions.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi said on Monday that India represented a major opportunity for foreign investors in the energy sector as the nation looks to boost its local output while continuing to cut emissions. Speaking at the inaugural ceremony of the India Energy Week 2023 in Bengaluru city, the PM said India is the best place in the world for investments today. The Prime Minister also recalled several initiatives taken by the government to promote green energy and achieve the target of net zero emissions by 2070. The budget 2023-24 has allocated rupees 35,000 crores for achieving the target.
भारत की एनर्जी डिमांड दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा होगी और यहीं पर आप सभी इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए, एनर्जी सेक्टर के स्टेक होल्डर्स के लिए भारत नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज लेकर के आया है.
Prime Minister Modi later also flagged off a green mobility rally which witnessed participation of vehicles running on green energy sources to create public awareness. The India Energy Week is the first major energy event in India's G20 presidency calendar. It is aimed to showcase the country's rising prowess as an energy transition powerhouse.
Lawmakers of India's main opposition Congress party on Monday launched a nationwide protest from the parliament demanding a parliamentary probe against the Adani Group. The row was triggered after a report by US-based short seller accused the Adani Group of stock manipulation and misuse of tax havens. The conglomerate has denied wrongdoing.
Lawmakers of India's main opposition Congress party on Monday held a protest in the parliament demanding a joint parliamentary committee probe or a Supreme Court-monitored investigation into the Adani Group, whose 7 listed firms have seen a sell-off that has driven its market loss to $112 billion in under 2 weeks. The crisis was triggered by US-based short seller Hindenburg Research's January 24 report that accused the Adani Group of stock manipulation, unsustainable debt and use of tax havens. Both the houses of the Indian Parliament saw a stormy start and were finally adjourned as the opposition parties vehemently demanded a debate on the Adani row.
Whole nation is protesting. Even Gandhiji is protesting. See, wo ro rahe abhi kya hai? I mean, we want a JPC or a Supreme Court monitored inquiry into the scandal that is Adani. Adani itself is a big scandal, and the government has to come clean on this. And this is a symbol of crony capitalism that is in demonstration now.
Meanwhile, the opposition also staged protests across the country. In the brutal fallout of Hindenburg report, Adani Group was forced to abandon a $2.5 billion share sale last week, and its chairman Gautam Adani lost his crown as Asia's richest person. The Adani Group has denied wrongdoing in detailed rebuttals, but that has failed to arrest the unabated fall in its shares. Gautam Adani and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi are from the same state. Adani has denied allegations by Modi's opponents that he had benefited from their close ties, and Modi's government has denied allegations of favouring Adani.
Pakistan's former President Pervez Musharraf passed away on Sunday at the age of 79 after a prolonged illness in Dubai, where he was living in self-imposed exile. Seen as key ally of Washington in its war on terror, the military ruler enjoyed support from all walks of life and won plaudits internationally for its reformist efforts.
Messages of condolences poured in from across the political spectrum in Pakistan and by prominent world leaders after the death of former military ruler and ex-president of Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf. Aged 79, Musharraf breathed his last after a prolonged illness in Dubai, where he was living in a self-exile. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif took to Twitter and expressed his condolences. Opposition PTI chairman Imran Khan followed suit. Indian politician Shashi Tharoor called Musharraf a foe-turned-advocate of peace in the region. Similar sentiments were expressed by Sri Lanka's Foreign Minister Ali Sabri, who called him a true friend of Sri Lanka. Masses in Pakistan also mourned his death, with some calling the military dictator a very good ruler. Residents in Islamabad, recalling Musharraf's early presidency days, said, "Under his leadership, Pakistan was economically quite strong. What a great man has died. I mourn his death," a resident in the capital said.
मेरे लिए वो एक्सेप्टेबल इसलिए थे कि उन्होंने कई दबी हुई चीज़ों को खोला था, एक्सपेंड किया था, और वो एनलाइटनमेंट जो उनकी पॉलिसी थी और लिबरलिज्म की जो पॉलिसी थी, वाह 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 वाह, व्हाट ए ग्रेट मैन डाइज विद मुशर्रफ, आई मोर्न हिज डेथ।
8-8.5 साल हुकूमत करके गया है, उसने किसी चीज़ को ऊपर नीचे नहीं किया। तो आजकल की हुकूमतें हैं, वो आपको पता है कि ये क्या है क्या नहीं है। ये तो फिर आपकी मर्ज़ी है ना, जो चाहें ये जिस तरह करें वो कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उसने हुकूमत बहुत अच्छी की है। अल्लाह ताला उसको खैर जज़ा और खबर से जो अजाब से बचाए, मैं तो यही कहूँगा बस।
Born in pre-partitioned India in 1943, Musharraf was 4 years old when his family moved to Pakistan. He joined the Pakistan Army at the age of 18 and went on to become its army chief in 1998. He took over the reins of power from then Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif in a bloodless coup in 1999 and continued to rule the country for 8.5 years.
Moving on, locals and political activists in Pakistan-administered Kashmir on Sunday staged demonstrations across the territory to condemn Pakistan for observing February 5 as Kashmir Solidarity Day and, on the contrary, called it a fraud day. The protesters lambasted Islamabad for its double standards and accused it of using Kashmir for spreading anti-India hatred and propaganda by expressing support to the Kashmir separatist movement. Activists blame while Pakistan falsely claims to have granted autonomy to its occupied part of Kashmir, but elected officials have no say in the policy making. People are denied even basic fundamental rights and are meted out with severe brutality for voicing their concerns. Even after over 70 years, locals have no access to electricity and water, while Islamabad continues to exploit their natural resources. And in news from Nepal, Rabi Lamichhane-led RSP on Sunday announced its decision to withdraw from ruling coalition after their demand of reinstating Lamichhane as Home Minister was rejected by Nepal's PM Dahal. Lamichhane had lost his Home Ministry portfolio after the apex court stripped him of his citizenship, but his party had continued to stake claim on the ministry.
Ministers of Rashtriya Swatantra Party RSP in Nepal resigned en masse on Sunday after the party, a key ally, decided to quit the newly formed government of PM Pushpakamal Dahal after being denied the crucial Home Ministry. The announcement was made by RSP President Rabi Lamichhane after the party's office bearers meeting. The development came after the Supreme Court stripped Rabi Lamichhane of his citizenship late last month, terming his citizenship certificate invalid. This cost the TV personality turned politician his position as the Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister and also as the party president. However, later on he reacquired the citizenship from the Kathmandu district administration and his party subsequently reinstated him as the party president. With backing from another key ally, CPN-UML, KP Sharma Oli, RSP continued to stake claim for reinstatement of Lamichhane as Home Minister, but the Prime Minister refused. While RSP has quit the government, they have decided to continue their support given to Dahal's government. If RSP withdraws the given support, the Prime Minister will have to seek a vote of confidence within a month.
Well, Sri Lanka's President Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that the crisis-hit nation is completing the prerequisite to unlock a $2.9 billion bailout from the IMF and expects rapid approval from the global lender. He said they can become a developed country by 2048 if the country works and moves forward in a united and planned manner, envisioning peace and reconciliation.
Sri Lanka's President Ranil Wickremesinghe said this past weekend that the island nation is completing the prerequisites to unlock a $2.9 billion bailout from the International Monetary Fund and expects rapid approval from the global lender. While addressing the country on the 75th Independence Day on Saturday, Wickremesinghe said that he will continue this new reform with the majority of people who love their country. He further added that they can become a developed country by 2048 if the country will work and move forward in a united and planned manner, envisioning peace and reconciliation.
ජනාධිපති දුරයට පත් වූ දා පටන් මට ගන්ට සිදු වුණ තීන්දුව බොහෝමයක් ජනප්‍රිය තීන්දුව නොවන බව මම දන්නවා. නමුත් ඒ තීන්දුව නිසා අද මේ රටේ කිසිම පුරවැසියෙකු තෙල් පෝලිම් වල විජලනයෙන් මිය යන්නේ නැහැ. ගෑස් නොමැතිව බඩගින්නේ ඉන්නේ නැහැ. පොහොර නොමැතිව ශාප කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා අරාජිකවාදී දේශපාලන බලවේගයන් කවර බාධක නිර්මාණය කළත් මම මේ රටට ආදරය කරන බහුතර ජනතාව සමග එක්වී මේ නව ප්‍රතිසංස්කරණ වැඩසටහන ඉදිරියට ගෙන යනවා.
Meanwhile, around 1,005 university students, trade unionists and activists stage a protest against the government outside a university in the suburbs of capital Colombo on Saturday. The protesters said the government has spent millions on Independence Day celebrations, instead spending the money on giving relief to people and for the good of the country.
නිදහස නැත්තේ ජනතාවට විතරයි කියලායි අපිට හැඟෙන්නේ. නායකයන්ට නිදහස ගැන තියෙන්නේ බොහෝම ආඩම්බරයක්. ඒ හින්දා තමයි අපි ලැජ්ජ නොවි මේ ආඩම්බරය රැකගන්න ආඩම්බර ජනතාවක් හැටියට ප්‍රකාශ කරන්න අපි මිලියන ගාණක්.
Sri Lanka is caught in its worst financial crisis since independence from Britain in 1948, which has been triggered by a severe shortage of dollars. It has seen steep inflation, a currency plunge, and its economy sliding into recession over the last year.
And stuntmen pulling cars loaded with passengers with their teeth, lifting massive weights with their cars, and reading newspapers while sitting and riding motorbikes were some of the bizarre spectacles that dazzled spectators at India's Rural Olympics in Kila Raipur this past weekend. Take a look.
Hundreds of enthusiastic daredevil strongmen joined athletes and players from villages and towns this past weekend to perform a quirky mix of traditional and bizarre sporting events at the Kila Raipur Rural Olympics in India's Punjab state. The sports festival, founded in 1933, is a hamlet in Punjab and includes 40 to 50 events of a blend of accepted sporting disciplines and other more unusual pursuits. This year, the event saw endurance competitions with the stuntmen lifting weights with their ears and beard, traditional sports like hockey and athletics, to non-traditional tire-pushing races.
शौक इदा सर भी जिदा मर जाना जी जाना भी एक मैं सोचा मन च भी यार कोई काम नहीं है अगर दुनिया दे विच कोई नाम कमाउणा कि तुहानू मरण तो बाद भी लोग याद करन भी कोई इंसान हैगा सी.
Some like Amreek Singh, who lifted 92 kilograms with his ear, said they risked their limbs to bring glory to India and to show the world what Indians are capable of.
ये मैं इसलिए करता हूँ कि इंडिया का नाम रोशन हो और बाहर जो जितनी भी दुनिया है वो देख सके कि इंडिया में एक से एक बंदा है. तो मैं इस वजह से ये करता हूँ कि इंडिया का नाम जो है रोशन हो पूरे वर्ल्ड में.
The event could not be held over the past 4 years because of issues stemming from COVID-19 and also because the Apex Court has not given permission for its showpiece event, the Bullock Cart races. Organizers said the purpose behind the games is to keep alive the tradition and culture of Punjab and help connect youngsters to their roots. The 3-day event concluded on Sunday.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.